Look, I don't know how many times I have to say it, but the more advanced you guys try and make your trading models, the more ICT concepts you try and merge together and find the enigma, the more lost you're just going to be. The simpler you make it, the better. And as always, this is the simplest model I've ever traded. I don't think I will ever start to trade a different ICT model because this one simply just clicks. And I'm not just saying that. As you go through this video, and if you want to go back through my old videos explaining this strategy, you'll see it just clicks. This is the 4-hour power of 3. I'm going to recap a trade that I executed on live today with over 200 people watching and trading alongside me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into actually what this strategy is. If you don't know me or you don't know the entry model I'm referring to, I like to talk about power of 3 a lot. Power of 3 is what I base all of my trading off, okay? Power of 3 is going to be accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, okay? Basically, that is sideways, down, and up, or sideways, up, and down. The market moves either up, sideways, or down, okay? There's the only ways the market can move. So we wait for two of those to happen and then catch the distribution. Pretty simple, right? You've probably heard of PO3 already. If you haven't, just go back and look at my other videos. Basically, what we want to be doing is waiting for accumulation, waiting for price to manipulate, and then we just trade the distribution so we don't have to deal with any of this nonsense, right? This is the easiest way to tell that we are going to have a large move within the market, okay? Now, we pair that with a high time frame candle, okay? So the trade we took today, we had a PO3, and we pair it with a new 4-hour candle. What does that mean? When you are trading a power of 3, you'll have your accumulation. You will then see your manipulation putting in the bottom wick of that 4-hour candle. Okay, very important. That manipulation is putting in the bottom wick. If you think your manipulation is before 10 a.m. or before when the 4-hour candle opens, it's probably not. Okay, it's probably going to be after when we put in the low or the high of that candle. So that's what we're basing it off of. It's a 1 minute PO3, 1 minute accumulation, manipulation, distribution with a 4-hour candlestick, okay? Now, this manipulation can't just be accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's not a pattern. We're not trading a pattern. This manipulation has to have some sort of narrative, okay? For an A plus PO3 setup like this, we go into the 15-minute time frame, okay? This is where we want to look for that fair value gap to see our manipulation. So that's exactly what we did, right? If we go on to the 1 minute, this is very clear, okay? Let me mark that out as more of kind of a cleaner gap here, sorry. Charts are a little cluttered today, okay? So, new 4-hour candle opens. Boom, we are already starting to accumulate. What happens? We accumulate long enough to form a brand new 15-minute gap, that most recent 15-minute gap. Manipulation and entry confirmation right here. Change in the state of delivery, okay? Change in the state of delivery is just the last segment or sandwich, if you will, of candles to the downside. Closure above the body of that last up candle is going to be your change in state of delivery. That is an order flow change, right? And if you want to wait for extra confirmation on this trade, you could have waited for a gap to get tapped into, okay? Basically, all pullbacks and reversals operate on this model. So we hit a great trade today. I made about 6.3K today. As we can see, it took a while to hit, but we did end up hitting this pretty well, okay? If you guys do want to watch me live trade, by the way, that's going to be the first link down below in the description. You can go ahead and watch me basically for free for the first 7 days, see if you like it, and if you like it, come on and stay and start printing with us, all right? So yeah, again, we ended up hitting a pretty big trade, but I want to tell you guys, within this model, it's not just a 4-hour thing, okay? This is not just a 4-hour thing. The whole market operates off of PO3, okay? I don't just take intraday trades. I also swing trade, okay? If you're not swing trading, you haven't learned how to swing trade, that's something you should do because higher time frame equals higher probability. But as you can see, we're just going to take a look at the actual real market. What is this? What is this? And what are we now in? Shocker. Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Okay, we have constant PO3s. We have one here, and I could go and surf through the time frames and spot every single PO3 starting these big pullbacks and reversals right here. Accumulation, manipulation into an unmitigated daily gap, and then a continuation. Okay, now look, if you're trying to trade a swing one like this, you're gonna look for those higher time frame gaps. Like instead of a 15-minute, probably look for a daily, a weekly, a 4-hour, that sort of thing. It's the same concept though. So again, like here, if I was trying to swing trade it, I would I'd wait for a confirmation, right? So we didn't get any changes in state here. I mean, this is a pretty weak one. We retested this order block. It's an order block on a lower time frame, stronger order block on a lower time frame. We respect the gap, and then we get a break to the upside. So probably enter there. That would be my final confirmation, and I just ride the distribution up. Now, this is going to mess up a lot of you. If you try and swing trade on any futures prop firm, they're going to take you out of the market instantly. And with a lot of prop firms, they'll actually completely blow your account. If you're on a PA account and you don't close by end of day manually yourself or by your limit order, they're going to blow your account. You could be 10K in profit and they're going to blow your account. Okay, I love futures prop firms, but that's the thing I don't like about it is I can't capitalize on these higher time frame opportunities, right? Swing trades are so important. Intraday as important, but swing trades are high probability, right? If I see these, I want to act on it, okay? So what I do with that is I'm going to be trading with Funded Next. I actually just partnered with Funded Next because I love their policies. They pay you out in 24 hours, which is just insane. I love that. Prop firms take so long to pay out, and these guys are just so locked in. And if they don't pay you out in 24 hours, by the way, they give you an extra $1,000. They just pay you $1,000, which is crazy. That's one of the best policies I've ever heard. Finally, prop firms are locking in. So Funded Next, right now, what I'm doing with them is we're going to do 120% off with code JTFN. Okay, if you want to get this, this is going to be the second link down below in my description. But 120% off, Jack, that doesn't make sense. Well, it actually does, okay? We're talking about a refund plus 20% of your money back, okay? So let's say you paid $100 for the account, you pass the account, you get a full refund of that and $20 back, okay? So they're actually paying you if you pass the evaluation because they truly do believe in their traders here, okay? Now, looking at the evaluation and the pricing, let's take a look here. I just moved it. So for Funded Next, they have a 1-step and a 2-step. And I'm going to go over this. Usually I don't, like when I'm talking about Apex Top Step, I don't talk a ton because their rules are pretty simple. Now, a lot of you guys, you know, if you haven't been in the space for a while, you may not have traded with CFD firms, okay? Now, they actually just got back to US CFD trading, which means we can finally swing trade again, okay? I've been waiting for this shit to happen. Thank God Funded Next got it done, okay? They're actually cheaper in the US right now. So a 6K account, as you can see, usually $66, and now it's $55. Going all the way up to 200K accounts, again, they have a fat discount on everything for 2 steps and for 1 step. So you get up to an additional 30% off if you're just from the US because they just reinstated it. Now, with these firms, you're gonna have a larger drawdown than future firms as well, okay? So future firms, usually you get about 3%. With these firms, you get anywhere from 5 to 8 to 10% depending on what challenge you pick. So again, if you do believe in your trading ability and you actually watch my YouTube, watch the PO3, watch me live trade, get a good system locked in, Funded Next is going to be legitimately free for you. If you pass it, the account's free. So there's genuinely no reason why you would not want to trade with these guys, okay? So again, back to the PO3 here. This happens on high time frames. It happens on low time frames. Please, I urge you guys, my YouTube is free. You don't have to fucking pay for anything on my YouTube. So go and grind all of these videos. Learn about the PO3. Learn about where it shows up. Learn about when to trade it. I cover all of that, and I make it super simple. The trade breakdown today was extremely simple, right? It was very mechanical. It didn't take a lot of discretion. A lot of strategies do, right? You need a lot of mentors will basically say, and this happened to me. It's like, oh, bro, you wouldn't have been able to spot the setup today because it just takes years of market conditions and years of watching it. And I'd be like, what the fuck? How's anyone supposed to learn if it if I just lose until I get that discretion. It doesn't make any sense. So built this very mechanical model, super easy to follow. And again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do urge you to watch my videos and start getting some knowledge on that. So again, if you do want to live trade with me, it's going to be the first link down below. You can check out our process. We've been scaling ridiculous with prop firms with all of my members. So go ahead, check out our profits, check out our system, and I'll see you guys in the next video.